welcome to Talking About. I'm John Griffith.
I'm Cara Kilduff.
And we are joined with a returning guest who we've never shared the stage with.
Yeah, that's right. I was your guest host. I was the guest host.
And I was stuck outside.
And you were stuck outside.
Because the ID Nazi was keeping you away.
Hey, listen, we're on good terms now. Hey, let's not mess anything up.
Yeah, which actually funny because I got a tweet earlier today that said, "Hey, I found your passport in Central Park." And so I actually had to go pick up my passport from this person who found it in Central Park.
Girl, why were you carrying your passport in Central Park?
Because she had to cross over into Queens.
It's the only form of ID I have right now. So I had it with me because I do comedy. So if I have to get into a bar or buy a drink, I always have to have it with me. So I just carry it with me.
You don't have a driver's license?
Not a New York one.
Non-driver ID?
What?
Non-driver ID?
I had all of these things, but I lost them.
This is a theme.
This is a theme. They were mailed. I've had them mailed back to me. I had somebody found my non-state ID on the subway platform and mailed it back to me. This guy just went over and picked it up from him. I was really disappointed though because I was imagining it was our romantic comedy meet cute moment. He found my passport in Central Park, and he was gonna hand it to me. And we were gonna look at each other's eyes and fall in love.
And he wasn't that cute.
Oh, he was gay, so he was cute, but he was not,
available.
I'm not his type.
You could buy an add-on.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I mean, who says we don't already have one? It's kind of assumptive of you, Jonathan. Just assuming I don't have a strap on. What kind of woman do you take me for?
She might be dating dudes that are into pegging. I don't know.
It is what it is. It'd be what it'd be. I'll wait for the novel.
Are you red?
Yes, I am.
Face red?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, you did. Can we say strap on public television?
Yeah.
Okay, I just don't know what the rules are.
It's live TV and we're not on a delay.
All right.
Yeah,
okay.
you can say whatever you want.
All right.
Because this is America.
I don't know. I did the, what is it? KBAI, which is it's a Brooklyn public radio station.
Okay.
And this is actually the radio station that George Carlin was the DJ for years and years and years. So you come in and they have a big sign. These are 7 words you can't say via the FCC, and they make a big deal. It's $15,000.
As over the air is different than through the lines.
I see. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because people are paying for this stuff.
Right. Yeah. So
that's free.
Yeah. So it was $15,000 for if you said it. I said 2.
Uh-oh.
I feel like Carlin was proud of me though.
What words did you say?
I think I said tits and shit.
You can't say tits?
You can't say tits. Yeah. Tits was one. It was a breast one. What's the breast one then?
Maybe it was. But
yeah, it was tits.
You hear it on primetime these days, so...
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And you can't... Oh,
yeah,
no.
I don't know. Cable is blurring all of that around because they're going... I mean, the assassination of Gianni Versace is F all over the place. Feud was F all over the place. So, and I love The Magicians on Sci-Fi, and that's F all over the place.
Did you actually say the F word?
I don't watch it live, but it's when I download it on iTunes.
Okay, interesting.
What are you up to these days, Mama?
Really.
What am I? Yeah, this is a strange little.
Yeah, besides losing your passport in the car.
I lose everything. I should have my clothes made of Velcro. I'm just I'm a loser.
Or have things pinned to you.
Yeah, I go through a debit card every 2 months. A set of keys every 6 months. I'm just somebody that loses everything,
Wow, what's that like?
It's very distressful. It's very stressful. It's very distressing, It's my brain is made of Swiss cheese,
I go crazy if I lose something dumb, but a passport.
I've been through that. There was a period where I was losing a lot of stuff, especially my glasses. It's the next morning, it's where the heck are my glasses? And I got tired of people knowing that I was losing my glasses, so I bought the same frames 5 times, just so that nobody would know that I lost my glasses.
Oh, wow. Did that work?
Until now, I just told everyone. But that was the first time that big glasses were in, so it's like I still have the final pair. Keep them in my nightstand. I use them for watching TV for when I fall asleep, and I don't have to worry about them getting all benty.
Right.
And when I'm FaceTiming with the other half, he's always like, "Oh, you're wearing the big glasses, ooh." So he's got a thing for the big glasses.
Yeah.
Big glasses.
The big glasses.
I'm more of a sleep in your contacts kind of lady. Only a 5 pair of glasses kind of
If
gal.
you do that, don't your eyes dry out?
Fuck yeah, it's horrible. I'm not advocating any of this as a lifestyle. I'm just saying it's true.
Because I don't wear contacts, but like, is it painful? when
It's
you
horrendous. Sometimes I wake up and like my eye is swollen shut. I just can't make myself like, I'm very manic. And then when I get tired, it's just like dead. I'm like dead to the world. And like, you can't wake me up at all. And so like people shake me like, Brooke, for the love of God, wake up and take out your contacts. You're going to go blind. And I'm like, no, it's the worst thing. Every time I go to the eye doctor, they're like, do you sleep in your contacts? And I'm like, no, I would never do that. And they always kind of side eye me. So I'm like,
They know.
but they've never said anything. So I feel like I don't know.
They know.
They know. They just.
So I'm going blind and I have no passport. How are you guys tonight?
Great.
Yay.
I'm in Queens. Great.
Great.
In the Queens.
You remind me of, we were talking about Miami earlier, and yeah, I spent a lot of time down there, and there's a pizzeria in South Beach, and this waiter that we get all the time is from one of the Russian-esque countries, and he talks like that, and he's been through like this. He grew up in this like war zone, and he's like, "You Americans are all pussies. You don't know anything."
Well, we know a few things. We know
Here and there.
We know some things.
You know nothing. You know nothing. You pussies.
But yet you live here, sir.
Exactly. We keep going back because he's cute.
Do you have like a Putin thing? Do you think Putin's hot?
No.
Even in like the shirtless photos?
I love those photos.
They're so funny. I have a joke about them that I do on stage.
What is it?
Well, I can't say. If you want to see, come see a show. No one gets stuff for free. What do you think you'll go giving this stuff away? Just like it's like potpourri or something, Cara. She's like, give away your life's work. Give it to me on Queen's Public Television.
Oh, good Lord.
So anyway, I'm a comedian.
Yes, you are.
Yes, we are.
Wait, didn't you have a one-woman show?
I did. It was in the 2016 Summer Fringe Festival. See, it has been a while since I've been on. But now I am actually, so the reason I did the one-woman show is I had this kind of interesting experience growing up. When I was about 8 years old, my parents came home one day and they sat me down and they were like, you ain't going to school no more, you're going to get homeschooled now. And then they homeschooled me in this weird, like, fundamentalist Christian cult for, like, 10 years. And so I wrote the one-woman show about that because I wanted to talk about that experience, but as a stand-up, I didn't really think I could successfully communicate some of the horrors of that via joke form. But now I'm going to give it a try. So I actually got selected to do Caroline's, the club on Broadway. They're doing that. They do a breakout artist series where they pick like up and coming comics to like get to headline the club one night, and then I'm doing that in March, so like a month from tomorrow, actually.
Okay.
What's the date?
March 21st. I don't even know where the camera. I'm so bad.
Camera
at
follows
this.
you.
Oh, hi. Well, hello, camera. If you're following me, then I'd like to say, please come to my show at Caroline's on March 21st.
What time?
What great question I don't know the answer to. LOL, you think I ever know what time anything is?
Girl, if you're a professional, you need to know this stuff. You need to know what
I need
time.
to know about the show like a month from now. I mean, you could go on their website.
Just go on the Google and find out.
Go carolines.com. It's on their website. Yeah. So March 21st. I think it's the earlier show, so I think it's like 7.
That's very
I would
cool.
guess. Yeah. But I'm really excited because I've never done an hour before.
Okay.
So that's going to be all new. And I'm trying to talk about this really tricky experience, which I think has become even more complicated in like the age of Trump. Because I come from Trump land, you know, I come from Texas. Like, my parents are Trump supporters. And that's a difficult pill to swallow. Like, my dad telling me I can't listen to music or wear pants, and now he loves Trump. He wears a MAGA hat. Like, that blows my mind. That blows my mind. Like, he did not allow me to go to school because it was too unchristian for a woman to go to get educated. But now he supports a 4-time married prostitute hooker,
loving,
paying
off,
total non-Christian person. That's a tough thing. I can't figure it out. Doesn't make any sense.
It's
to me.
because the Lord forgives him.
Does the Lord forgive him? Well, the Lord does not forgive me, according to him. So
that's very exciting. March 21st.
March 21st. I'm excited. But nervous too. It's nothing. It's a totally new thing. So.
Well, it's a great thing. I mean, it's hopefully the stepping stone to the next level.
I hope so. My friend did one about 6 months ago, and his didn't go so good. Like, people called, who just like showed up at the club, like that were just like random people, you know, like walking through Times Square, like, oh, Caroline's, we want to go there, you know, and like went and saw it, and then called the club and like asked for a refund. So now I'm just like, if I could just get through it with no one asking for a refund.
Okay.
Well, see, this is why
what I want.
This is why you pimp out your show a month ahead of time.
That's what I'm doing.
To get your people in, yeah.
So it's filled with your supporters, people that love you.
There's no one loves me though. That's the problem.
No,
I'm terribly annoying. You have no idea. You have no idea how terribly annoying.
That's cool.
I am.
But you know, an hour's nice because you get to stretch out and you get to play a little and fuck with the audience more.
Yeah.
I hope it goes well for you. It's going to be nice for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it'll be really fun. I've done 30 and 40 minutes a lot of times, but I haven't ever done an hour, so I'm working on writing it, you know, and perform, like, trying to get up a lot. It's hard because in New York, when you do a typical stand-up set is like 8 to 10 to 12 minutes, you know? So it's difficult to try to develop a 60-minute chunk
that flows
in like 8 minute segments, you know, and so that's kind of one of the challenges of it. But it's a fun thing to do. I'm very grateful to do it. You know,
that's great.
Yeah.
Well, I think what the fact that you wrote a one-woman show that'll definitely help you as far as organizing material and whatnot.
Right. Yeah. Well, I used to teach literature at Queens College, so I have, you know, structure and writing is something like have a lot of experience with, you know. But selling it on stage, that's kind of where I get a little bit more. That's where it's a little trickier, you know, managing the energy and paying attention to what people's responses are and all those kinds of things. A little trickier.
Just barrel through and then just verbally abuse.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
Yeah, well, you obviously earn the slot. So
Right.
So.
Own that shit.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk about something that's not me for a minute.
Did you see Black Panther yet?
No, I haven't seen a movie in the movie theater in like a million years.
That's what matinees are for, half price.
Guys, go see Black Panther. It was awesome.
Is it really good?
Yeah.
Yes, I want to see it again and again and again. It was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had goosebumps and I couldn't stop smiling.
Really? Was that good?
Yeah.
But I'm like behind. I haven't seen any of the Marvel movies.
It doesn't matter.
It's standalone.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay. Like Iron Man, like the first one was the last one I saw. That was a long
you could just go in and see this. And
I'm not into superhero. I just like it doesn't.
It's so good.
It doesn't do anything for me.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, no, it's a good movie. It's got some good action and it's got a good underlying theme as well.
I feel like I, Tanya is more my.
Oh, I said that was
that's more my.
Allison Janney is completely deserving of her Oscar nomination.
I love her.
Is she really good?
She's
good
phenomenal.
in everything.
She just goes. She becomes that evil bitch.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. Forget it. Gotta see it.
Okay.
Gotta see it.
Yeah, I feel like that's the movie I'm really wanting to see. I feel like Tanya and I have a lot in common. you know. We're both like trashy and kind of like technically good, but a little too aggressive. You know, a lot in common. I relate to Tanya.
You're gonna go after somebody with a pipe?
Maybe, you know. There's some girls I've been seeing on Instagram that might need a little. It's not over till they call the cops on you. That's the way that's the way I feel about it.
It's not over until they call the cops on you.
It's not. You're not doing love right unless they're calling the cops on you.
Oh my god.
It's like I know how much I like somebody by how many bars we've been kicked out together.
Oh damn.
This is just a joke. I'm not. I do.
This is just a joke. It's just jokes.
Just jokes.
Just jokes, people.
Good Lord. I have no idea. I'm watching and laughing.
You're watching
I'm,
and
I'm
laughing?
just sitting here. I'm part of the audience now. I'm just.
No, you're not. So,
are you going to take phone calls? Last time you took phone calls.
We're kind of shy on crew, so we're keeping it simple
Can
tonight.
I call in and ask a question?
What's your question?
Okay.
Caller, what's your question?
Oh, hi. My name is Jane. I live in Queens.
Hi, Jane.
I watch Queens Public Television. I was just calling to ask, I don't even know.
Well, Cara, I think you're qualified to answer that.
You want to answer that one?
answer what? There was no question. I'm
Oh,
still
okay.
waiting for the question, caller. What's your question? Go ahead. Oh,
God.
Jesus.
With all that's going on in this world, we
punch.
need more laughter.
Little punch drunk.
There is a lot of work. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on.
Yeah.
But I feel like something really good is about to happen. Like we're with everything that's going on, like I don't know, people are evolving a little bit more and taking more responsibility. I don't know.
The positive aspect of everything wrong that's going on right now is it's raising awareness and it's making people step up, and hopefully it will get them in the voting booth, and we'll get some fresh blood running for office and some better ideas. You're running for office?
No, but this was something local. This happened on the train yesterday. I guess somebody was harassing a woman on the train, and I heard these young girls saying, "Get off the train! Get off the train!" And then at the next stop, this person, I'm assuming it was a man, got off the train, and the girls that were telling them to get off clapped, and they said, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is the future!" And I was like, damn, I wish I could see what was happening. But I heard this woman say, "Thank you."
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, people are not putting up with stuff anymore.
No.
Did you see the students from the high school, the Florida shooting last week, went and marched today against guns?
Yeah, they walked out.
Yeah,
there was
they
an
walked
organized
out. And then,
walkout.
from a bunch of high schools in the area, too. That's really cool. I think people are fed up, and I think that the internet gives people a way to connect with other people who are like-minded in a way. Like, I grew up in a small town in Texas, and everybody around me was very conservative, and I never really fit in that way. But I didn't have the internet, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm old enough that I didn't really have access to, like, talking to people who were like-minded or who thought the way that I did. And I can't imagine, like, what a shift that would have been in my own life if I'd had access to that at a younger age.
But having grown up in such a restrictive household, would you have been allowed to have access?
Oh, no, absolutely.
Sneak off to the library.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because in our teaching or whatever, one of the rules was, when I got a little bit older, the internet kind of became a thing, you know, like a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly they had this rule, but the rule was that women could use the internet, but not men or boys.
Oh, because
but I didn't know. And I remember, this doesn't make any sense to me. They always can do stuff we can't do. Why are we allowed on the computer and they're not? It just blew my mind.
Well, because women don't masturbate.
No, my parents never talked to me about sex because they just assumed I would never even want to do it. Like they never even they just my brother's actually more messed up about sex than I am because they were always on his case about not masturbating, and not having sex. They never said anything to me about it. They're just like, oh, she's not going to be interested in that. Or maybe they were like, no one's going to be interested in doing that with her. It'll be fine. I'm not really sure what I'm not really sure what their thing was.
How old were you when you escaped?
Like 17.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So they have like you're not allowed to date, and the way that it works is like God will give a young man or your father a vision, and then that's how you get married, is basically like God tells either the guy or your dad, And then the guy comes to your dad and he says, hey, can I marry your daughter? Because there's no dating. It's straight. It's straight to marriage, right? So he'll come and ask your dad, can I marry your daughter? And then your dad decides, right? So if your dad decides yes, you have to. If your dad says no, even if you like him, you can't, And so it's basically essentially an arranged marriage between the guy, the father, and God.
Wow.
And I was like, I do not want God to choose my husband. I gotta get out of here.
I gotta get out of here.
I was like, I gotta go. Excuse me. Excuse me, I'm just gonna.
Hey, you know what? I'll be right back.
That's right, I went out for cigarettes. That's a great joke. I'm stealing that.
Take
That's
it.
really funny. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
It's like the dad leaves. He goes, what would I have gone and got? Like, dad goes to go get cigarettes. What would I? If you're watching this, send me a Facebook message and tell me what the funniest thing I could have left to get was.
Saltines.
Saltines. I love crackers. I love fucking crackers. Dude, I'll eat crackers in bed with contacts in all day long.
Saltines.
Yeah, just like,
So you went out for saltines in New York.
Yeah, I went out for
wait.
saltines.
Well, you could be real fancy. Say you were going to get some Ritz.
Ritz.
Go get some Ritz crackers.
That's some Ritz crackers.
Uh-huh.
Those are made in New York City. No,
New York City.
yeah. I went out to get the new Rush Limbaugh book. Cara, so I was homeschooled, right? So I didn't leave the house. I'm just like, I'm stuck at the house all day with my mom. And my mom listened to 6 hours of Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, good Lord.
Every single day.
Wasn't she supposed to be educating you during that time?
You'd think.
Here's the Bible. Read it.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, it was called like a wisdom booklet. So it was these like fundamentalist Christian homeschool program. Had no like actual learning in it because wisdom is more important than knowledge. That's actually their byline.
Oh,
Yeah.
seriously?
Oh, seriously.
Oh, good Lord.
Seriously. So like the first thing you open, like the first one has like these illustrations of women, and it's like, please find the immodest thing about this woman's clothing. It's like, she's wearing a necklace, and so it's just like the first exercise in the whole thing is like slut shaming these little cartoons of like very, very, very appropriately dressed women.
Wow.
Like they have a lot of clothes on. They have like
Find the one
thing.
thing.
It's like find the one thing, and like you're like a belt, like like things like things like that, like belt bad, necklace bad, and then like the earth it taught me that the earth is 6,000 years old, and so I had to re-educate myself because I didn't know. I still find things that I believe that are wrong that I just don't even know of, because.
I hope you're keeping a list of those things.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
A list of the things that are wrong,
No, because
That's your book. Right
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The things the lies I learned.
Yeah.
Lies I learned. I think I'm gonna call it. I went out for cigarettes.
Saltines?
I'm still dying. I went out for saltines. I'm still dying about that.
Do
It's
it.
the funniest thing. People in my family eat they got sushi for the first time, like at HEB, and they would put it on saltines.
Stop.
I swear to God.
HEB.
Swear to God. You know HEB?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Where in Texas are you from?
College Station.
Wait, where's that near?
Nothing. Hell.
But
Republican.
Do y'all have a Buc-ee's near you?
No, we didn't. We didn't. My dad loves Buc-ee's. Like he loves
Buc-ee's is amazing.
Like my dad loves Buc-ee's more than he ever loved me. Like just like so much.
I'm gonna write that
more.
down.
So much more. My dad loves Buc-ee's so much.
Buc-ee's.
My dad like has made more of an effort to go to Buc-ee's than he ever has to come visit me. He's never come visit me once.
Where can people find out more about you? Because we have less than a minute left.
They can find out about me. I'm on social media. Brooke Arnold. BROOKE. ARNOLD, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the stuff. I also have a website, brookearnold.com, that you can check out. Oh, that's me.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, but I'm a comedian.
Right, that's proper spelling here. And your Caroline's residency starts?
March 21st.
March 21st.
Yeah.
So all through.
It's just one night only.
Oh, it's one night only. It's one night only, so you got to be there.
They don't like me that much.
Not yet.
So
I don't know what
there's
you
one
think
night residency.
over
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to visit us.
Thank you.
I'm John Griffith.
I'm Cara Kilduff.
We'll see you next time.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, that can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. At work or at play, you're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Oh, hey, she's cute. Nice going, man. Things are going great for you. You've earned a night out. Good drinks, good friends. Yeah, we can go ahead and call this a good night. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Not smart. Yeah, I saw that coming. Say goodbye to her. Ouch, that'll hurt your bank account. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. I hope you like eating frozen dinners. Alone. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.